Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're gonna be doing the Hellwig sway bar on the F150. I love the truck, the way it rides, but we still gotta tweak the suspension. I'm not fully convinced to do a 4-link on it yet. You know, if I get to test drive another truck with a 4-link suspension system on this body style, I'll make up my mind. But for now, I'm gonna go with what I know, and that's, you know, your drop, your Caltrax, relocate the shocks. I'm still waiting on my kit to come in, so I'm still writing on the IHC shocks that they send for the kit. My main concern for the Hellwig sway bar is that it sits so close right here to the housing, you know, the edge of the differential, whatever, pumpkin, whatever you're gonna call it. And the problem with that is the shock relocation kit that we use is a kit from Twisted Metalworks out in California, and it's a badass kit, don't get me wrong, I love it, whatever, but I usually set it up right here, right on the edge, and then this kit that we're about to install sits like right here, really close to the edge, so hopefully it's not in the way. I was thinking about just waiting until the rest of the stuff got here, you know, take off the bed, do the shock relocation kit first, and then mess with the sway bar. But I'm gonna have to wait maybe another 2-3 weeks, because I did go with the Viking shocks. I didn't want to use these, you know, with the kit, so I'm still waiting maybe another 2 weeks. I did put in the order, I think it was last week or the week before, I don't remember, but we're gonna try and put this on right now. It's very similar to the one on the Silverados. The only thing is you do have to fish these guys inside of the frame to be able to put these little guys right here. These essentially, they just hang like that, and then your end link hangs here. You run a bolt through the hole, and then these guys go mounted to the differential. And the kit doesn't come with instructions, but there is a couple of videos on YouTube that you guys can watch. Oh no, never mind, it does come with instructions right here. So yeah, look, that's the hole that you gotta fish it through. What else do I have? The torque spec, I think I've seen like 50 to 60 foot-pounds or whatever. And I mean, if you have a torque wrench, you could do it. If you have a little impact, you could do it. I personally didn't torque mine on the Sierra. What I do recommend you guys though is to add the grease that comes with it. It's real sticky, so you know, make sure to wear your gloves and everything. And then as far as the bushings, you can do it with the vise, or if you have a press, you can use the press. And these bushings look like this. If I can get a better focus on it. Yeah, there you go. So they look like this, you know, they have their little shape or whatever. Grease them up, put them in there, they'll fit. And then the sleeves too, I wouldn't bang them in with the hammer or anything. It's like a railroad type fit, so either use a vise or use the press. And let me see, so these are the little bolts that go with that other little piece I showed you earlier. And then as far as the washer, save the thicker ones, because those are the ones that are going to go to the sway bar and to the bottom of your end link. And I want to say it's the longer bolts right here, the ones that are like kind of like a gold color. And then these go on the top portion. You don't need that much right there. Then these guys are here, the flat ones. Those are the ones that are going to go right here, lock in the adjustment and everything. And these are the U-bolts that go for the brackets for the differential right there. All I'm gonna do right now is just get under the truck, move the brake lines out of the way, make as much room as I can, really. And I might shave off some of the bracket that's stuck to the differential. That way I have enough room to weld the kit whenever it does get here. And we'll see how it rides. On the Sierra, I can take some mean corners, you know, going pretty fast. So hopefully we can do the same thing with this one. And if you guys are a little confused, this is what I'm talking about. Just, you know, just be careful when you cut this. It'll free up a lot of space. You know, this is what, maybe like 2 inches of metal you're freeing. But this is essentially what you gotta do. Make enough space if you are gonna run that shock relocation kit. I know there's other kits, like the Vast one has the bracket that extends up to right here. It works, like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that this mount's real flimsy. I've taken off a couple of them and they crack over time. It's just not enough for this. I guess it was never really meant for that. The one that I did see crack even more was I think Joel's truck. It's a red one, and the mountains, like the welds and all this shit right here, were all cracked right there. So just something to keep an eye on. And I might have to do my brakes pretty soon too. Be careful with these, they're electronic, so either you go get a computer to disengage them, or you're gonna have to buy a brand new caliper. So by electronic, I mean this little guy right here. Can't really just push the piston in and do the bleeder valve. You're gonna have to disengage them. If not, it's not gonna work. You're gonna end up breaking them. So yeah, let's get started. We're gonna, like I said, get all these lines out of the way, make as much space as I can for whenever the kit does get here, and then we'll see what we can do. So there you go, guys. Like I said, just by cutting these little pieces very carefully. I got this one with the saw, and also got this one with the saw. You free up a lot of space. Look at all that space I have now. And then the little leftover material, I just, you know, hit it with the tiger disc, smoothed it out, just do a little bit of spray paint. And then over there too, look at all that space I have. It's maybe what, like 2.5 inches. But over here you got the whole thing, so that will definitely work. I'm gonna see how far I can push these brackets to still be able to make the sway bar work. And then whenever the shock relocation kit gets here, well, I'm gonna take the bed off regardless. We'll see how much space we have to play with, and where we can put those shock tabs and everything. So right now I'm gonna just let it spray it down, paint a little bit, clean under here. It's a bunch of metal shavings, so I don't like getting those on me. I like itching powder. And then I'll start assembling everything, show you guys how it looks. The sway bar, one thing I do want to point out, it does have like 3 holes for adjustment. So the first one's for like easy handling, firm, and then really, really firm. The most aggressive one is the one right here. So this is the one I like. So we'll see how it rides and everything, and hopefully there's not that much traffic. We'll go try it out and see how well it handles on the corners. So I kind of ran into a little problem. I already got off the phone with them, but one of the U-bolts is like really damaged. I guess in transit. And like, keep in mind, I went to Summit and picked this up, but you know, oh man, this is part of the game. But I sort of found a solution, because you know they're gonna ship me out a replacement, and you know it's kind of late for me to go get a custom one made. So I'm gonna make one of the Ford ones work. So these come from like the Beltec kits from whenever I'm dropping the Lightnings. I have a bunch of those. Obviously that U-bolt's huge, but I still managed to put it inside the bracket. And I threw a few extra washers, so this is gonna work for now until that replacement one comes in. You know, they are a little bit beefier. The only problem I'm gonna have is the fact that they're kind of extra long, but I have big deep sockets for that. So I'm just gonna try and get it snug, and then, you know, tighten it up or whatever. And then the bar has to be a little bit more straight than that. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of tilted up a little bit. It has to be like even, almost like ground level. So I still need to adjust the little bars. That one, the thread was really bad, I'm not even gonna lie. So I might have to call them and see if maybe I could get a replacement for that one. And yeah, I don't know. The threads on this one were fine, you know, they look real good, but the ones on that one were kind of dull. I still sort of managed to adjust it, but I don't like it. I don't know. I might call them and see if I get a replacement for that, but yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can make this work. So I'm like really excited to use it. I mean, look at all that space. That's more than enough space for me to weld the shock bracket or whatever. If it's gonna interfere with the differential, it might not. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. So this is kind of like a guinea pig. see if it's still gonna work with the shock relocation kit. I think the sway bar is gonna be in the way, so I'm not even gonna lie to you about that. But we'll see if it works. Hopefully it drives badass. If not, I don't know if maybe I can weld the shock mounts on the side over here and then maybe push that bracket more inside. And then, but then the shock's gonna be really close to the edge, so I don't know. I've never done one like that where the shock's like all the way to the edge, kind of about where the frame's at. I don't know if it'll ride good. I mean, I'm sure it would, but I've gotten like really good ones right there in the center. But we'll see what happens. See if I can make this one work. Alright, so just got done tying everything up. I guess you could call them sway bar links. They barely even have any thread left, so just try to put some NICs on the threads and shove them in there as much as you can. Maybe leave 4 to 5 threads on the driver's side, and the passenger side did have a little bit more threads available because of the angle or whatever. But this is essentially how you want the sway bar to look. Like I said, I did want it on the most aggressive setting, so that's what I did. I did make that big U-bolt work. I tightened it up and then I loosened it and then I torqued it down, but as you can see how it's all the way in there. So yeah, that's how the driver's side looks, and then the passenger side, that one does show a little bit more threads. So just tying it up. Like I said, I did the more aggressive setting, that one. And one thing I didn't like, but I guess I didn't notice last time, because the one on the Sierra, I did get it powder coated. The paint, man, it's horrible. Look at this. It's not even like prepped or anything. It just peeled off whatever little, I guess, bullshit powder coating or whatever they throw on it. It sucks. So I don't know if had I known, I probably would have got the pieces powder coated. I know that one bracket on one side did come all scratched up and everything. It was probably what was hitting the that U-bolt that ruined the whole thing. But if you know a powder coat guy, just get the pieces powder coated. If he does powder coat the ends, just make sure he wraps them up with that high temperature tape. That way the threads don't get all clogged up with powder coat material or whatever. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, we're gonna take it for a test drive and see how it does or whatever, and I'll let you guys know. So I gotta do some brakes on that one that's outside right now, but we'll see what happens. I know after I do the shock relocation kit, it's gonna make a bigger difference, and I'll pretty much wrap up the back portion. I was kind of tempted to take out the overload leaf spring, you know, just to bring it down a little bit and get a smoother ride on the truck, but yeah, I might keep it for a little bit. If the ride gets a little bit too stiff, I'll probably take it out. For that, I'm gonna have to drop the cow tracks, loosen up the U-bolts, and pretty much take apart the leaf springs and pull out that bottom one. So we'll get to that when we get to it. I don't know, I might do it once I do the shock relocation kit, but not totally 100% convinced yet. But yeah, if you guys need any suspension work or whatever, custom fabrications, hit us up. 713-501-5105, or on Instagram, Orlando_2010. We're out.